Hi, my name is Ed Miltenberger, and to my left is Michael Manus. We work together with North Star Strategic Services, and we perform various kinds of consulting for agencies and brokerages around the state of Louisiana, and have been endorsed by the PIA. This morning we're going to talk to you about two topics relatively briefly. The first topic will be about mergers and acquisitions, a few thoughts around those, and then the second conversation will be around producers and producer compensation. So Mike, I'll let you take off first.
Well, I'm going to talk on 4 or 5 items on a list we put together years ago on thoughts on mergers and acquisitions. And there are a lot more than the items I'll give you, but you can contact the PIA office and they'll get you a copy of the whole list. But the number one issue when you see a merger and an acquisition is cultural and values compatibility. You can have the two best agencies in the world, but if culturally they don't get along, the deal will never work. Or if the principals have differing values, it will never work. Also, everybody wants to know what a good deal will cost. What will the deal be? Bad deals cost a lot more than good deals. So the thing you want first is to make sure that it is a marriage that will work. Everybody tells me the formulas they use was EBITDA or multiples of commission. The only value of an agency that matters is that point where a buyer and a seller agree. Maybe more than the marketplace, maybe less than the marketplace, but if you find a deal you like and the party that's buying or selling you finds what they like, do the deal. The price is not the price. Years ago I heard this from some of the biggest deal makers in the country, and they explain as tax implications. So you want, as a buyer, to get as a seller, you want to receive the maximum benefit after taxes that you can receive, and the buyer, you want to have the deal facilitated to your advantage. Let Ed go with some of the producer ideas, and we can do more of these in a couple of weeks.
Thanks, Mike. One of the things that we're often asked about is producers. And, producer contracts are huge in the industry. Almost every time I do a valuation, honestly, that pops up and becomes either an issue or something that needs to be handled by the agency in order for them to achieve the full value of what they believe they're worth. Owners and producers have different interests, as everyone knows. Owners are fiduciary overseers of the agency. Producers oftentimes are mercenaries working for their own good and to their own benefit. And so if you're going to bring a producer on in management, you've got to make sure that there's going to be compatibility as that producer changes and gets used to a new mindset in his role. Oftentimes people say, well, how do we control our producers? We really have a difficult time. They seem to go wherever they want to go and do whatever they want to do. And in my experience, producers generally aren't managed. You can create channels and give expectations, but short of numeric values and or responsibilities, it's tough to manage a producer. If they're meeting your expectations, you're probably better off than most of your peers. Finally, producers who aren't under contract generally own their book of business. A lot of agencies have not wanted to deal with that with good producers. They know it could create conflict, they don't want to lose a great producer, but at the end of the day, if you have a producer who is not under contract working for your agency and they decide to leave, they can take that book of business with them. Finally, CSRs and account executives, oftentimes those folks are not under any kind of an agreement. And in this day and age, oftentimes those CSRs or account execs have meaningful relationships with your clients. You need to think about putting them under some sort of an agreement. Thanks for your time today, and have a great week.